Hey there guys, Primus Reviews here, and today we are going to be reviewing the Transformers Age of Extinction Studio Series number 2 Decepticon Stinger. Now, I did tease this figure back in my last video, and if you haven't checked out my last video, please make sure to check it out, leave a like, subscribe if you're new, make sure to turn on post notifications so that way you guys don't miss a single upload. Now, when this figure was announced as the number 2 figure for Studio Series, honestly, we all had mixed reactions about this guy. Some of them it looked good, some of them it looked bad, and to me, honestly, I was part of the middle where I didn't hate it, but I didn't like it. But all in all, I believe when you have it in hand, it is honestly really cool. Yeah, there are some flaws to this guy, but honestly, for the second Studio Series figure to come out, I think they did a great job. Seeing Stinger on the big screen for the first time was really confusing, but really cool. A Decepticon, a Pagani Decepticon, man, holy smokes. But he is supposed to be the better version of Bumblebee, the more superior version of Bumblebee. And yep, like Bumblebee said, a cheap knockoff, but honestly, I think he looked really cool. I feel like he was menacing in the movie, and every time he was on screen, I was hoping he didn't kill one of the main Autobots. Now taking a look at the packaging, you do got the nice Transformers Age of Extinction logo there. You do got a very beautiful image of Stinger there. Studio Series number 2 Decepticon Stinger on the side of the box. Again, you do got a beautiful image of Stinger there. Again, I give up at this point. At the back, you do got the figure and his really freaking cool Pagani, man. In 21 steps. Very cool, and again on the side of the box you got a very up close image of Stinger there. But that's about it for the box, so let's take a look at this figure. Now taking an up close and cool look image at Stinger, you can see that the head sculpt does look really cool. Again, I do wish they had a little bit more paint on the head sculpt, but you do got the nice green there for his eyes, the battle mask eyes, and you do got nice black there, so that's pretty cool. Going down on the figure, honestly, he does look really cool. I feel like they did do a great job on making him paint not like too dull. I feel like they did put the right amount of paint, but I do wish again that his face mask did have a little bit more paint. But yeah, got some nice detail there. I do love the black that they went with this and the color red that they went with this as well. Do got some little details in there. But yeah, all in all, I think they did do a great job with this guy. People do have complaints about the tires there. Honestly, it doesn't really bother me. I think it does look really cool. And yeah, honestly, and the backpack, the only thing that's a backpack is this, but this is screen accurate as they are on the back of his back, so it does look really cool. But yeah, I think they did do a great job with this guy, and honestly, a really, in my opinion, underrated figure. Now to find his accessories, they are gonna be the ninja blades on the back of his back, and they do come off fairly easy, so we're only gonna take a look at one. But yeah, just to take a look at that ninja blade, it does look really cool. It is that bendy plastic. It doesn't rotate or nothing, it just stays there. And yeah, honestly, you do have 3 more here, and the way to install them is just plug him in. Just simply just plug him in. It's not that complicated. If you want to put it on the outside, put it on the outside, but I prefer it on the inside as I think it does make him look cool. And these things do rotate in and out, and it does do a whole 360, but that's more for the transformation. But yeah, all in all, I think they did do a great job with this, man. The way that they designed this figure is actually really interesting, you know. To this day, we don't have a Bumblebee version of this, but honestly, I don't know how they would do it. Maybe just put Bumblebee's face there. I honestly really don't know. And honestly, for the second Studio Series to come out, I think he does do a really decent job on capturing how he did look in the movie for a deluxe class. Also, another, I guess, kind of accessory you can talk about is his wannabe arm cannon. Honestly, it doesn't really bother me too much. This is the top of the Pagani, but honestly, where were they gonna put it? It doesn't bother me too much. I think it does look really cool, but again, where were they gonna put it? Now, this figure is a deluxe class, so he stands roughly at about 5 inches tall from his head, so that way you can see how tall he is. So for some size comparisons, here he is next to my last review, the Transformers Dark of the Moon crowbar. That way you can see how they both look there. And honestly, again, they do look really cool. Again, completely different movies, but they do look really cool. Again, Crowbar is a tall deluxe class, so there you guys have that. Here he is next to the Transformers, the movie Barricade. That way you can see how those two look, because they both target Bumblebee. But yeah, honestly, it does again look really cool. Barricade is a small deluxe, as Stinger does stand a little bit taller. But honestly, I do like the way that they designed all the Transformers so far, as I think they all do look amazing. And for my last comparison, here he is next to the Transformers Dark of the Moon Autobot Dino. That way you can see how that looks there, because they both are Red Studio Series figures. But yeah, again, Stinger a little bit taller than Dino, but honestly they both do look really freaking cool. Completely different movies, but again, they do look cool all in all. Now, for some articulation, the head is on a ball joint. You can look up that far, and you can look down that far. Jeez. His arm can move out, bicep swivel, bend at the elbow, and he sadly doesn't have anything on his wrist, as you know, it's already on there. Is that a bicep swivel? Oh, there you go. It's on a ball joint, but there you guys have it. He sadly doesn't have a waist swivel, but again, it is sculpted and it is pegged onto the back, so there you guys have that. His leg can move out that far. Jeez, that's a kick. And it can move back about that far. Jeez, that's a kick as well. And okay, there goes his accessory. Thigh swivel, bend at the elbow, and sadly he doesn't have an ankle pivot, but he does have a toe bend, which it does help a lot. Posability on this guy is honestly not the greatest, as he is limited to a lot of poses that I did want to do with them. But honestly, what do you expect? It is the second Studio Series figure to come out, so I do have to give them some slack compared to now, where they do have a lot more posability. But back then, I think they did do a great job with this guy. Limited posability, but all in all, I think he still does look great for a deluxe class. Alright guys, but here is where I'm going to cut it off and show you guys his honestly really cool looking Pagani, man. Holy smokes. But again, I'm gonna cut it off here. So here is his alternate mode. This alternate form looks honestly really freaking cool, man. I think they did do a great job with this vehicle form on how accurate it does look. Holy cow. Just taking a look at the vehicle form, or the Pagani. Oh my goodness, man. This does look sick. It does. I do love the color on this. I don't really like the wheels as much, but it is what it is, I guess. But the front, the headlights are painted on a nice silver there. You do got the nice purple Decepticon logo there, which that is not screen accurate, but I'll take it, as it does look really cool. You do got the transparent glass here, man, or the plastic. Dark black, really cool. The front, the grille looks really freaking beautiful. I do love this. You do got the nice white and black stripe there, and on the back it does look really cool. I do love the color that they did go for this, man. It looks really cool. Wow, really cool. And of course, like every vehicle, it does roll fairly well. Not the best, but it is what it is. It does feel really cool, man. Honestly, a great looking Pagani. I mean, if you just compare this to the real thing, it honestly looks spot on. Again, the only thing that is not screen accurate is the Decepticon symbol on the vehicle form, but other than that, it honestly looks really cool. And again, Studio Series has done a great job on the alternate mode. Really great job. Now this character did shrink in size, as he now is about roughly 1 inch tall, I think. But for some size comparisons, here he is next to Dino. That way you can see how much he did shrink in size. Here he is next to Barricade. That way you guys can see that there. and here he is next to one of the Dread's crowbar. That we can see how that looks there. But honestly, again, I do love this alternate form. I do love this Pagani, man. Honestly, one of the best alternate forms I have ever seen on a deluxe class, other than, of course, the Wreckers, because those are the Wreckers. But honestly, really, really cool. I do love this alternate form. I think they did a great job with this, man. Honestly, really freaking cool. But alright guys, here's where I'm going to cut it back and give you my overall review and my overall grade on this guy, as honestly I think it's a little higher than a lot of people expected. So here is my overall grade on this guy. Oh yeah, one more thing, here are his ninja stars, and on the bottom you can have the pegs here, and here to put them on, but I'm not going to do that because they do hinder rolling on my copy. But again, the bottom does look really cool, so sorry about that. Here is my overall grade. Now, you're gonna cut it? You're gonna cut it? Cut it to where I give my overall review? Bro, why are you still here? Bro, just cut it. Cut! Alright guys, there you go. There you have the Transformers Age of Extinction Studio Series number 2 Decepticon Stinger. Now overall, I think they did do a great job on this guy on capturing how he did look in the movie. For a deluxe class at a reasonable price point, I think Studio Series did go above and beyond on how he did look in the movie. Not the best version of Stinger, but honestly the most accurate version of Stinger, the movie accurate version of Stinger. Yes, I think they did do a great job. So for that, I do have to give this figure a solid 7 out of 10. Now, I know what you guys are thinking, but didn't you say it was going to be a little higher than what we anticipated? Yes, it is higher than what we anticipated. I do give this figure a solid 7 out of 10. For movie accuracy, really good score, but honestly there are just too many cons with this guy. The first con we are going to be talking about is the lack of posability. This guy is not very posable at all compared to all the other ones I have reviewed so far. And I get it, he is the second Studio Series figure to come out, but I mean, come on, you gotta get more posability than that. Not the best posability, and that is basically one of the major cons on this guy. Con number 2 is the transformation from robot into car mode, as honestly, even though the transformation is unique and I do love the way this guy transforms, there is a lot of pieces that you kind of do have to force, and you do have to kind of move around in order for you to get into that position, if you guys know what I mean. But honestly, one of the most really overcomplicated transformations. Everything is so kibbly when you transform this guy. Honestly, not the best feeling when you transform this guy, but the outcome is freaking cool. But that's basically it for the second con. The last con I am going to be talking about is the little ninja stars in the back, as I do think, as it does look cool, they are just really annoying to put on and take off, as some of them do tend to pop off fairly easy, and they are easy to lose, so you do have to be careful. But other than that, that third con is just my opinion. Again, another one maybe is the wannabe plasma cannon, but again, where were they gonna put it? But honestly, that's about it. Those are my cons. Not the best figure, but honestly not the worst deluxe figure I have reviewed so far. Cliff Jumper. Now sadly, this figure is not being found anywhere on TF Source and Big Bad Toy Store. Honestly, this is a really old figure. 4 years, almost heading into 5 years on this guy. But honestly, I think this guy still holds up to be honestly a really cool deluxe class figure, even if it was almost 4 years ago. But honestly, again, they did do a great job on this guy. Now I know there is the Takara Tomy version of this guy. Honestly, it's okay. Does it look screen accurate? Heck no, I prefer this one, but that's just my opinion. Maybe you guys do like that one better, but for me, I'd rather stick with this guy. So there you guys have that. But again, I think that's gonna do it here for me, guys. So this has been Primus Reviews. That has been Stinger. So remember to stay calm and keep moving on. So I'll make sure to see you guys on the next one.
And don't come back until you find a way to fix my face! Hello? Wait a minute. You're for the next movie, aren't you? Am I gonna be in it? Yes! Do I get a new face? Yes! Is it so ugly? God